what do you do, or what have you done in the past to help you, gain this knowledge, or even when you're out looking at books, what you're looking for?
Boy, okay. So this is not an easy question because there's a
I'm
lot
sure.
to it. And right now there's a wealth of knowledge online and many publications now. There didn't used to be. I'll tell you the first resource that worked for me in understanding the Golden Age was the Gerber photo journals. They're two very large coffee table books. Gerber went around the country and took photos of every Golden Age comic book that was ever published, and he put it
Hmm.
into a full color book. They're amazing pieces. You can still buy them to this day, and I recommend those for anybody who's interested in the Golden Age. It's just a great piece of reference material to go through and see every book. Now, he didn't get everything because there's some stuff he couldn't find. Okay, but you can find pictures of that online. There's not many. They're called they don't have photos for them. And that got me started. So I went through that book and I highlighted all these books that I thought were appealing to me and started to look at them. And that's interesting because that's one way to do it. All right. And I found that in real life, when you actually see these books, it's a completely different emotion. You're like,
Sure.
oh, wow, I actually didn't highlight this, but seeing it in person, I'd love it that much more. And it's also that weird thing where when you acquire a book that you've always wanted and you get it and you realize it and you're like, you know what? I don't like it as much as I thought I would.
Sure.
Okay, so there's so much emotion to collecting. As for the knowledge aspect of it, it takes time. The reason I got into Golden Age was because I kept jumping into collections and realizing, oh, there's something more than Silver Age, because most people don't recognize these characters. And why would you? They're not relevant, they're not being used for any purpose. So when you look at a wall at a convention, I say this all the time, you will see everything you know. You'll look at the silver, you look at the bronze, you recognize those characters. But the Golden Age, you completely glance over. It's white noise. You don't even see it. You don't pay attention to it. So it doesn't register. That's the part of the education you need. So when you know what's good, what's rare, that's when you can make a move on something that most people are not familiar with and get value out of it.
Sure.
But you also need that circle. So it's for Golden Age, it's such a nurtured environment because you need to find the people, you need to have the platform, you need to know what it is, and all that takes is a lot of time. And I find that this time learning that is easier than anybody who collects modern books. If you're a modern book collector, to me, you are so much more, you are so capable to learn the Golden Age because you don't have to keep up every week with 50 new titles and variants of every book and stay on top of this quick changing game. You literally learn what's been done. You know the books, they haven't changed, they are what they are, and just become educated and proficient and relevant and spend that time in knowing them, and you would have that knowledge forever. I mean, you just will. You'll know what these books are. You know what these characters. You'll know which covers are important, which covers aren't, and that's another ace, up your sleeve to have in your repertoire. Because right now, modern comic collecting, I can't even imagine. Like that blows my mind. Of having to keep on top of that. I'd rather deal with the bronze and the silver and know what's important and staying important, opposed to what's gonna be important and try to play that guessing game.